Okay, so into every generation, a Slayer is born. One girl in all the world, a chosen one. She alone wields the strength and skill to defeat the vampires, the demons, and forces of darkness. She works to, she works to defeat she works to defeat their spread of evil and their swelling numbers. She is the Slayer. So this is, that is the season 1 opening of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And while it sounds like it's targeting a specific audience, it's not. I assure you that it is for everybody. This show goes through different experiences of life through each season. The show itself has philosophy woven throughout it, and the fan base is also extremely supportive of each other. So when it comes to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, who said it best would be Allison Hannigan, who played Willow. She's like, when you hear Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you're kind of like, I don't know about that. But when you actually watch it, the writing is amazing. The experience of the show is powerful and timeless. Each season goes through a different part of life that everybody experiences. For instance, season 1, you're trying to fit into high school. Season 2 is about passion and facing fear. 3 is Buffy's senior year. She's trying to figure out what her future holds for her, and so is everybody else around her. 4 is college, dealing with roommates, shifting relationships with friends who were in high school. Season 5 focuses on family and loss. Season 6 is depression and addiction. And finally, season 7. This one focuses on leadership and how a person can empower others, even if they're imperfect or lead them to demise. So the different stages of life expressed throughout the series are timeless and powerful. Besides the technology and the outfits, the dialogue is pretty much applicable to everybody at any time. So what I have next for you is I have a clip that is compiled from Sci-Fi Channel's compilation of moments. I only got about 30 seconds of it, but I figured these would hit the mark.
You have responsibilities that other girls do not.
Oh, I know this one. Slaying entails certain sacrifices, blah, blah, bitty, blah. I'm so stuck to give me a song.
Just as if you know me. You were destined to die. It was written.
What can I say? I flunked through it. Child, there are two things that I don't believe in. Coincidence and leprechauns. Why waste time being all shy and worrying about some guy if he's gonna laugh at you? Seize the moment, because tomorrow you might be dead. Well, that's nice. There's no problem if you knock yourself by chocolate.
Alright. So Buffy the Vampire Slayer is rich in life lessons, to the point that there is a book called Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Philosophy. It's edited by James B. South, and it's comprised of various authors. It also examines, or one of the things it examines the most, at least that I found heavily, is Faith Lehane, who is another Slayer within the series. She gets compared to Plato's work in the Republic a lot. It's a really good, insightful way to examine that character. And the book also goes through various episodes. It also examines Buffy's relational self and explains how she feels about her friends being essential to her ability to fight evil is part to how she views herself. It's a great read, and it looks at Buffy and ethics to the point that it examines justice perspective versus the care perspective. And even though I've seen the series several times, this book gives me completely new insight to things I didn't even think about or realize when I'm watching it. The fans, though. On Facebook, for instance, there is various closed groups for the fans of the show. I'm part of one that's just simply called Buffy the Vampire Slayers. On one of the most recent posts, one of the members came out as transgender, and he was praising Buffy for giving him the strength and the courage to do that. to move forward with his life. When I started reading the comments, I kind of noticed that people were referring to the group as the Scoobies, which is exactly what Buffy and her friends refer to themselves as. And the people on the post and doing the comments are just super supportive of each other. In October of 2000, a New York Times critic, Steve Weinberg, wrote an article called "Yes, She's a Vampire Slayer. No, her show isn't kid stuff." And he went on to explain that the show's contract is to articulate the realities of growing up when perception and relationships or loyalties are shifting. He also went on to express that it's an ingenious metaphor, adolescence as the hellmouth. So overall, I encourage you guys to give Buffy a chance. The experience is well worth it. So I just have one question. Are you ready to be strong?